How you guys doing? I'm Marvelous Mark Morgan, the ACW World Heavyweight Champion, and this is The Rundown with the Surgeon.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special edition of The Rundown. And now, for your musical pleasure, allow me to play the accordion.
What are you doing?
You said this was my time. I'm giving the fans a treat here to showcase my musical abilities.
Judge, what are you doing here?
Told you. Here for the fans. It's like fan requests for Judge play the accordion.
Judge, I'm here to do the rundown.
I mean, we can do that too.
I didn't see on the schedule that you were supposed to be doing the rundown. But now I show up here, me and Rick. I don't know who let you in here. I don't know who turned the cameras on for you. But you're here with your little instrument. And by the way, that being green in the middle, it just looks like something floating in the air, you know, with the green screen and all that kind of stuff. But that's cool. Tell you what, maybe we'll do your song later, towards the end of the
for the main event of the rundown.
For the main event of the rundown,
Gotcha.
the judge will perform on his squeeze box. But let's talk. So you're gonna do a rundown with me?
Sure, I'm here. Why not?
Oh, excellent. Well, let's talk about the rundown. So this past week, we were in St. James, Missouri, and we raised money for the AmeriCorps Senior Citizen Program. And man, we raised a lot of money, and we had a blast, and we had a lot of fun, right?
It was a great time, especially Rockin' Rick. I mean, he raised some extra funds on his own.
It was cool.
I don't know if we can talk about that.
Did we not auction off Rockin' Rick?
We did, and auction off Rick for well over $200.
$210 exactly. We actually auctioned off a human being for $210, but it was for a good cause. And the winner of it was going to be taken out on a night in a town with Rockin' Rick in his Corvette to a night she will never forget, right?
Well, she was up there in age. She might forget it, you know. I think Rockin' Rick was really taking this charity to heart, taking one of these older folks out on a night on the town, and you know, and you say we auctioned Rick off. It was just for the Corvette ride and for the dinner. Anything else happens after that is between Rockin' Rick and his friend.
And we're not responsible for that. Hey, let's made some dreams come true. And also, it was pretty cool to see, you know, some of the things that happened that night, how we did raise money for AmeriCorps. But the main thing we did was have another awesome ACW professional wrestling show. And so much has happened that night. Man, we just got to get into it because this is the rundown and we have to talk about American Championship Wrestling. Right?
How about that opening contest? Apex Prime, undefeated Apex Prime against the Kingslayer, Jake B. Rich.
Now, at this time, he was 14-0, right?
He was 14-0 going into the match.
But he won the match. He beat Jake B. Rich. Now he's 15-0. I mean,
15-0.
I have no clue who else has ever done this before in their rookie year. So far, 15-0 in American Championship Wrestling. Anywhere. Apex Prime with Guy Smith just seems to be getting better and better. And from what I hear, his next competition is going to be a heck of a lot harder than he's faced ever before. And he may be 15-1.
Well, we'll get to that
later in the show. We want to keep that down a little bit. You know? So, like, if Crisis would have died that night, but I'd be responsible. Oh, anyhow, tell you what. So,
man, what a action-packed match that was. Until the Strangler Roy Lewis come in there and screwed everything up.
It was a great match, and all of a sudden Roy shows up out of nowhere and he power drives. When's the last time you've seen that in wrestling? No one does it. It's bad. It's outlawed.
That was the most devastating power driver I've seen in a long time. I mean, that was like shades of Harley Race right there. Jerry the King Lawler.
And the poor kid's still in the hospital. We're doing everything we can. ACW would never, ever, 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 ever let one of our guys fall and not take care of them and all that.
He signed a waiver, right?
He did sign the waiver. Waiver's good. Okay. Anyhow, so Roy was just beating him down. And he was just about to lay down another power driver when Marvelous Mark Morgan, the American Championship Wrestling World Champion, came out and saved the day, man.
Thank God for Marvelous Mark Morgan.
Thank God for Marvelous Mark Morgan. Let's go to see what he had to say.
Travel shot for the Strangler.
Roy, I'm very confused because last time I checked, man, you got a World Heavyweight title match later on tonight. But here you are in somebody else's business. So I'm thinking it's going to be Man versus Punk tonight. Oh, so I'm a punk. You think I'm a punk? Well, guess what, St. Jameson? St. Jameson? It's St. James. It is St. James. St. Jameson, you're looking at the next ACW champion!
So the main event was set, and now Marvelous Mark Morgan, he's going to see if Roy Lewis has got what it takes to go toe-to-toe with him in the main event.
We got to talk about it.
No.
Come on, we got to talk about it.
No.
We have to talk about it. We don't have any choice.
I don't want to talk about Frost. I fired him. And how did he show up? I thought you said we had an ironclad firing thing.
We did. He even cashed his unemployment check.
You did?
Yeah.
Well,
so, I mean,
he's got to be fired.
As far as I know, he's fired. And not only is he fired, he committed fraud against the United States government.
Exactly. And here's what happened. So the Lumberjacks were going up against Zero Tolerance for the ACW Tag Team Championship. Well, both Lumberjacks were there. And I told them that they're not going to pull their crap. They're not going to be able to have Roadblock and Ruby or Roadblock and someone else. It would have to be the guys that won the titles, Roadblock and Stryker. Or if it wasn't those two, I would yank them of the titles and they would no longer be the tag champions. Well, all I saw was Roadblock, right?
That's right. But we did the countdown. Had the referee, Big Mac.
We gave him 10 seconds. Because he said, what did he say? He said Stryker was late. Stryker had a flat tire. Stryker this and that, whatever. And we gave him the count. The judge said, gave you the count of 10. And if he's not there within the count of 10, then you lose the tag titles. And what happens at the end of 10? I'll show you.
To lose those tag titles or defend them. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Holy moly.
Yes, you are late.
Can you believe Stryker showed up at the last minute?
At the last second.
It was.
It was not even a second.
Dude, I was so close to going, it's over. But no, there's Stryker. And he's in the ring. So, but you see this right here? Yeah, it looks like Stryker. It smells like Stryker.
Guess what?
But as you're about to see, right there, it ain't Stryker. It's Xavier Frost. Look at this. Look at this. Look at I hate that guy. I just want to. I gotta calm down. Gene and the kids at the school tell me all the time, they just calm down with my temper. But when I see a face like that, I just want to go crazy. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Anyhow, we can't show you everything he did to the Lumberjacks. It's too graphic. But I'm telling you,
he left the Lumberjacks.
he did.
He took that. He's got like an extendable baton, like the police used to like crackheads during riots and stuff.
Yeah.
And he went to town on them.
Did. But so Frost, what he does is he says that he still wants a piece of anyone. He wants a piece of Brian James and Justin because they stuck their nose in his business. So he wanted to do a 6-man. He wanted to do him and Roadblock and a mystery partner, he said, against Brian James and Justin and a mystery partner of their own. And that's what they did. And it was a 6-man, right? And their mystery partner, Frost, his mystery partner, I don't even know who this guy was.
It's still a mystery who his partner was to this
I
day.
have a clue. Anyhow, then Frost is all high and mighty right now because when Justin and Brian came out, they didn't have a third partner. So he made everybody do a countdown of his own. And if they didn't have a third partner at that point, they were going to lose the match. But at the end of that countdown, who showed up?
The undefeated monster, Apex Prime.
Apex Prime. And Frost wasn't too happy about that. And the match was brutal. I mean, they went crazy. But it went so nuts, they started flying outside the ring. And I'm telling you, man, Justin made him admit that backflip. That backflip's crazy. I don't know how he didn't get killed. But here's the deal. All of a sudden, everything just laid out everywhere. But then, at the end there, Big Mac disqualified their team and awarded Justin Main Event, Apex, and Brian James the winner by DQ. Well, Frost wasn't very happy. With that.
He was.
That's right. So let's show you what he did. I can't believe he did that to the bird. 3, 2.
I can't believe he did that to Big Mac.
I know it. And
Big Mac's such a nice guy.
He's the greatest guy in the world. But Xavier Frost laid him out, punched him. So what did we do again? Again, I'm telling you.
It's in the bylaws of American Championship Wrestling. You cannot lay your hands on a referee.
They were all
going up for that.
They were all going to quit. I had to write this out. So what's great is Xavier Frost, you losing your temper, you laying your hands on Big Mac like that, you sealed your own fate because now, for a fact, 100%, you ain't coming back. You are fired. You're not coming back in a mask. You're not coming back in a bag. You're not coming back in a box. You're never coming back because you are fired. Right?
Again.
No, yes, again. But this time
it's ironclad.
It's like Jaws 4. This time it's personal, but without the shark and without the bad acting. What am I saying? What I am saying is he's gone and he ain't coming back. Fired. Ain't got never coming back. You get it? This ain't no swerve. This ain't never coming back. So bye-bye, Xavier Frost. And as the soft music plays, where we bid our most hated champion we ever had, Xavier Frost. Bye-bye. Wave at him, Chip. Wave. Bye-bye.
Bye, Frosty.
So, Miss Hyde's called out to the ring. And why? Because once again, Selena De Niro came out with Mr. Lawrence and she said, it's test time for Miss Hyde again. Another test for Miss Hyde. And this test was for her to go against Yellow Jacket. Right?
Yellow Jacket.
I don't know. I never liked that guy in the locker room was weird.
Yeah, he was. He was like Andrew Dice Clay or something. Except for he wasn't nearly as funny as the Dice Man.
And he didn't wrestle very good because Miss Hyde took him out pretty easily. But not before Selena De Niro got involved in it and knocked Mrs. Hyde off the top rope. I thought she was seriously hurt.
I was on the other side of the ring. I couldn't get a good look at the angle, but I know Miss Hyde was down for a while and it looked pretty bad. I'm just glad that Miss Hyde was able to recover from that.
Yeah, but Miss De Niro was so mad because Miss Hyde came back and won the match, even with Miss De Niro trying to cheat several times. Miss Hyde still won the match. So, like I said, Selena De Niro told Miss Hyde that she heard all the rumors how her name kept coming up that Miss Hyde was the best. And Selena De Niro wants to wrestle Miss Hyde, but she wants to make sure the rumors are true. So she keeps putting Miss Hyde through test, having different wrestlers come down to the ring and see if Miss Hyde can handle them. And so far,
Miss Hyde has come out on top every time.
Every time. And that's going to keep on happening. I cannot wait till these two meet face to face.
That's going to be so awesome.
I know.
And Searcher,
yeah.
Do you think a guy like me, a girl like Selena, would ever...
What are you trying to say? Like love?
Yeah.
Like real love?
Yeah.
Like, let's see. You guys have a lot in common.
Yeah.
She's beautiful, and you are. She goes to the gym every day, and she's built and she's in shape, and you are. She's very intelligent and got lots of money.
All right,
you get it now. So yeah, that's probably not going to happen, pal. Right. But hey, I've seen stranger things. That's for sure.
And now it was time for the main event of the evening for the American Championship Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. The Strangler Roy Lewis challenging the brand new ACW champion, Marvelous Mark Morgan.
That's right.
What a great match.
I'm telling you what, but it started right off the bat. Typical Roy Lewis. As soon as the lights came up, Roy was right there and attacked him and dropped his sternum across the top of the steel rails. And over again, he kept working that sternum. And for a long time, we thought for a fact that Marvelous Mark Morgan was going to be a one-time champ, and that was it. But pulled it out in the end because Marvelous Mark Morgan is not just a wrestler. He's an American Championship Wrestling World Champion. And you can't beat one of those guys that easy. So Mark came out on top. I could not be prouder to have a guy like Marvelous Mark Morgan represent my company, American Championship Wrestling, as our world champion. And you got to hand it to Roy, too. Roy is one of the best. It ain't like we're putting people against, our main events are real main events. And that's what you got to do to keep the people coming back. And the crowd was so big and so great. We never been there before. That's really cool, too. We keep having the best crowds and the biggest crowds. And I think that is because we keep giving them the best show. Because that's what
we've got the best wrestlers.
We do.
We've got the best setup.
We do.
We've got the best everything. Got the best concessions.
We do.
The cheapest ticket prices.
We do.
What more do you want?
I notice he didn't say best announcer. We do. We have the best announcer. He's pretty good. So let's talk about the next show, Chip. So first up, to cement that he can be a part of the #1 contendership list, DK Moore takes on just in main event.
This is going to be a great match. DK Moore, he showed a lot of talent, a lot of promise in that match at St. James, Missouri, until Roy Lewis got involved. I mean, it's a great-looking young kid.
Yep.
He's tall. He's like 6.5 foot tall.
It's true.
I mean,
And then you're going to see Jake B. Rich, the Dragon Slayer, the King Slayer, the Money Slayer, the Lady Slayer. That's all him saying. He's taking on, as of yet, the wrestler that has never won a match once in American Championship Wrestling. But he has the heart of a lion, Pyro. So that's Jake B. Rich versus Pyro. Can Pyro win his very first match? You may want to be there to see that. On you.
and then, if Rockin' Rick is recovered from his day, he's going to be taking on the one, the only monster, Roadblock.
Roadblock, Rockin' Rick.
Yeah.
Roadblock he's a monster taking on Rockin' Rick.
Yeah, and Rockin' Rick, he's just coming off of a pretty serious sternum injury.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be his first match back against Roadblock.
Wow, man.
I almost feel sorry for Rockin' Rick.
I do feel sorry for him. But Rockin' Rick, we're all behind you, man. I mean, take it to Roadblock the best you can. I mean, I think you're going to win. There's no way. Anyhow, what's the next match?
And then Selena De Niro is going to make another one of her challenges to Ms. Hyde.
Yeah.
And this is going to be big.
Yeah, she said it's going to be a big one. She said this time Ms. Hyde, there's no way she's going to pass the test. This time, she says she stacked the deck against Ms. Hyde.
Pregnancy test.
This time she stacked the deck against her. She says there's no way she's going to win. This time she says, this is a quote from Selena De Niro, Ms. Hyde is going down. What do we got next?
Then we've got, oh boy, the undefeated 15-0 Apex Prime against the Strangler himself, Roy Lewis.
No
my
way.
God.
Oh, dude.
I think he's going to be 15-1.
Dude, I have to tell you, the sneakiest, the dirtiest player in the game today, Roy Lewis, is going up against Apex Prime and Guy Smith. Man, that's probably going to be the most intense test that Apex will have. I'm going to put my money, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to put my money right now. I hate to say this. I just know how it goes. I'm putting my money on Roy Lewis right now.
I mean, Roy, he was that close to being the American Championship Wrestling heavyweight champion. But
on the line. What we got next? That's kind of a fun little match for me. And then the main event. I had a very special phone call throughout the week. And this phone call was when this number comes up, I answer it every time. And that call was from the one, the only, the legendary Gary Jackson. Gary Jackson was singing all the praises of our new champion, Marvelous Mark Morgan. But this is professional wrestling. And what he asked me at the end of that was, can I put him to the test? I want a shot at the ACW World Championship. What did I say? I said, that's classic. That is going to be a match we don't have to worry about cheating. We don't have to worry about the rules. They will both follow the rules. It will be a mat clinic on how to defend your title as a professional wrestler. So, that's the rundown, man. Now you're caught up. And we look forward to seeing you at the upcoming shows, American Championship Wrestling. Right?
that's right. And since it's the end of the rundown, like the main event segment, if you will, as promised, ladies and gentlemen,
Let me introduce you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the ACW and the Rundown's honor to bring you the unknown talent of the judge. His beautiful song tonight will be, is that Amore? Is that what you're going to sing? Dean Martin's Amore?
so I think I'm going to do Back in Black by ACDC.
Anyhow, So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, and get ready to tap them toes and slap
Bang
those
your head.
knees. Because you're about to witness the judge
And one.
perform.
And a
Oh,
two.
no. Let me get off. Let me get over out of the way.
All
And
right.
the stage is all yours. The stage is set. This is going to be great. I mean, if you catch me dancing in the background, just get up. Hey, you're out there in YouTube lane. Get up off your feet and start dancing with them. I mean, what the hell? All right, here we go. And a 1, and a 2.